Have you ever stopped and asked yourself why some people seem to keep going no matter what, while others, even incredible, capable, intelligent people, feel stuck, exhausted, or like they're constantly starting again? Have you ever wondered why you want more for life or business, but somehow that follow through feels hard? Or why motivation comes in waves and then disappears just when you need it most? If any of that resonates with you, know that you are in the right place. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Karen Hagberg. I work in holistic health, in wellness, mindset, and conscious business. And for many years now, I've supported people to reconnect with themselves, their bodies, their energy, and their purpose, not by pushing harder, but by coming back into alignment. And in this video, I want to talk about something that truly sits underneath everything in life and business. Something that determines whether you feel fulfilled or frustrated, energized or depleted. And that, my friend, is your why. This is not a motivational video. This isn't about hustle, discipline, or forcing yourself to do more. This is a grounded, honest conversation about what actually sustains a meaningful, successful life, personally and professionally over time. Because here's the truth that no one really tells you. Most people don't fail because they're not smart enough, talented enough, or committed enough. They burn out, stall, or lose momentum because their why isn't clear or alive anymore. When your why isn't connected, life feels heavier than it needs to be. You wake up tired even after sleeping. You procrastinate even when you do things that you care about. You second guess yourself. You start things with excitement and then quietly you pull back, wondering what's wrong with you. And usually there's nothing at all wrong with you. Because the truth is, motivation comes and goes. Same with discipline. Discipline comes and goes. And also passion. Passion comes and goes. But when your why is embodied, not just thought about, but you feel it, then you keep going, even though those days where none of those things are present. Your why becomes your anchor when life is uncomfortable, when the business slows down, when your body is tired, and when the doubt creeps in. And a lot of people think they know their why. They say things like, I want freedom, or I want to help people, or I want more money, or I just want to feel better. And those answers aren't wrong at all, but they are really surface level. They are the first layer, I call it. Your real why usually lives a lot more underneath that. Freedom, because you spent years feeling trapped. Maybe you've been trapped in a relationship or in a role, certain expectations, or maybe you've been in survival mode. Helping people because you know what it feels like to be unseen or unsupported or dismissed. Money because you don't want to live with constant stress or dependence anymore. Health because you lost yourself while you were caring for everyone else. So your why is often born from contrast. It is often born from pain. It is often born from awakening. From a moment where something inside of you quietly says, I'm not doing life this way anymore. And when you connect to that truth, all decisions gets a lot clearer. Boundaries become so much easier, and you stop looking outside of yourself for permission because you are really anchored within. In your personal life, your why shapes how you treat yourself. It influences whether you honor your body, whether you rest without guilt, whether you move in ways that support you, whether you stay in situations that drain you, or finally choose yourself. So without a clear why, it is so easy to drift, to start to accommodate, to keep putting yourself last, and then you start calling it normal. But when your why is really alive, self-care really stops being optional and it becomes an act of self-respect. And in business, your why is absolutely essential. Your business why isn't separate. It isn't separate from your personal why. It's actually an extension of it. When people feel stuck, when they're inconsistent or frustrated in business, it is rarely lack of strategy. More often, they're trying to build something that no longer reflects who they are. And when your why is clear, showing up feels so much more natural and so much more easier. Selling or talking to people feels aligned. Consistency becomes so much easier. Your confidence grows and your nervous system feels safer, expanding because there's meaning behind what you're creating. Resistance is another piece I want to touch on because this is really important. Resistance doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. Very often, it means you're doing something that matters, but without a strong why. resistance feels like a stop sign. With a clear why, resistance becomes information. It becomes refinement. It becomes growth. And your why doesn't remove fear. It gives fear a reason to walk with you instead of running your life. So, how do you actually uncover your why? Let's talk about that for a moment. Not by forcing it, not by thinking harder, and not by comparing yourself with others. Your why isn't something you need to invent. It is something you remember. So you can't force it. You can't get it by thinking harder, not by comparing yourself with others. I want you to do this really gently. So what you can do if you want is to pause the video if you want to go that little bit deeper, and just take some time to sit with that, because this is really, really important. So I'd like you to start asking yourself what you are no longer willing to tolerate. What feels heavy in your life right now? What keeps repeating? What drains you? What are you quietly done with but maybe haven't admitted it yet? Your why often lives right next to what you have outgrown. Another way powerful way to uncover your why is to look at your patterns. Where have you overgiven? Where have you stayed quiet when you wanted to speak? Where have you dimmed yourself or played small to keep peace? Where have you abandoned your needs for the comfort of others? Your why often forms around breaking a cycle, not just for you, but for those who come after you. Here's a simple exercise you can do. And take a piece of paper and just finish this sentence without overthinking it. I am no longer available for. And you finish that sentence. I'm no longer available for. Just let it flow. No censoring, no judgment. What you write here is a doorway straight into your why. I am no longer available for. Another powerful question to sit with is this: who am I becoming? Not what do I want, but who am I becoming? What do I stand for now that I didn't before? What feels non-negotiable at this time of my life? What matters enough that I'm willing to grow for it? Let those answers rise slowly. Your why doesn't shout, it whispers. I want to say too that your body is one of the greatest guides here. Your why is not just a mental concept, it's a felt experience. Notice what really lights you up emotionally. What brings tears to your eyes? What creates expansion in your chest or belly? What gives you a quiet but steady sense of yes? Your nervous system responds to truth long before your mind catches up. And here's another reflection that's incredibly powerful. Imagine yourself later in life. You're older, you're wiser, having lived many more years. Ask yourself, what would future me thank me for choosing now? What would she or he regret not doing? What would she say actually mattered? Your why lives in legacy, my friend, not urgency. And I want to say this clearly because many people need to hear it. Your why is allowed to evolve. So what drove you 10 years ago might not drive you at all now. And that doesn't mean that you failed. It means that you grew. You don't owe loyalty to an old version of yourself. Alignment matters more than consistency. So if you're feeling stuck, you're feeling burnt out, you're feeling disconnected or unsure of the next step, don't push harder. Don't shame yourself and don't try to force clarity. Come back to why. Because clarity creates energy, purpose creates momentum, and meaning creates resilience. And I want to leave you with this. Your why has been whispering to you all along. It's been showing up in your frustrations, your longings, your patterns, your dreams. You just needed space to listen. If this resonates with you, I invite you to sit with it. Bring out a journal. Bring out some kind of journal, nice book. And if you feel called to explore your why more deeply in your life or in your business, of course, you're always welcome to reach out to me. Because when your why is alive, your whole life begins to respond. I thank you for being here with me today. I'm very grateful for you investing in you and making that why really clear for you. All the best, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.